Hello, I'm Monty Betham, and you are watching Once a Warrior. Over the years, we've had plenty of fullbacks with absolute X factor, and this man, my guest today, Wade McKinnon, sure had plenty of that as well. Brother, how are you?
Good, Monty. How you doing?
Very good. What are you up to these days?
These days I'm a fireman, still in Auckland, City Station. Really enjoying that. I've just got engaged.
Yeah. Oh, mate, you're busy.
So, yeah, a lot of things going on.
Firefighter, is that always something you've wanted to do?
Yeah, I always said when I finished footy I want to be a firefighter. And, yeah, that's what I did. I stepped straight into it, been doing it for 10 years now. And love it. It's almost like footy. You go in, you've got, this team of guys that need to have your back all the time. But then you're all together, you joke, you're close. We live together when we're on station. It's actually a perfect job for when you finish footy, I feel, anyway.
All right, with the up the wires movements and all the kids doing the mana waves and all that, do your kids know that once upon a time Dad was a wah?
Yeah, they know I was. They wear the old jerseys and seen a few footy cards. But I'll just give the kids a shout out. Keeli, Kyra, Boston, Harlem, Micaiah and Frankie. Thanks for the support.
Wade, I mentioned, plenty of X factor. Let's show the people at home and just remind them a little.
Now McKinnon circling away from them, still going. McKinnon beats one, beats two, beats three. Look at him go. Oh, look at everybody. McKinnon straight through, steps again. Wade McKinnon scores a magic try. And McKinnon try-saving tackle. That's a wonderful take, Wade McKinnon. McKinnon again. He goes to the accelerator. And Wade McKinnon is proving unstoppable. He's still going. Oh, what a kick return that was. McKinnon's away. Wade McKinnon won the game for the Warriors. McKinnon come up with big plays like this. One of the best solo efforts you'll see anywhere in rugby league. Oh, what a try.
Wade, you could score a try, mate. Thoughts when you watch that back?
Yeah, I could run, which is good.
What do you mean could? You still can't look. You look in shape, mate.
Oh, I look in shape, but I don't know if I go as quick as I used to.
Yep.
Nah, just enjoyment, really. Just bringing back a whole heap of memories, and a few there that I forgot about as well, so it was good.
So, Wade, were you always a fullback?
No, I actually started as a centre. I was 16 or 17 that I got the opportunity to play fullback, and Jersey Flegg or SG Ball it would have been that I got the opportunity to play fullback, and from there it stuck.
76 games of experience between two clubs, which was Souths and obviously Parramatta before you came over. When did you hear that it was an inkling that the club wanted you?
It was at the start of 2006. I was off contract, obviously, had a few options, but I went and had a meeting down at Coogee with Ivan, John Hart. Yeah, I guess they said the right things. I just liked the way that the boys played and thought, hey, that's going to suit my game. They've got the offloads, a bit of flair. Ultimately made the decision and jumped across.
Now, you had been over to New Zealand a few times. You had played against the Warriors back then, because I remember facing you in a couple of games. But what did you think of the country then? I mean, did you know much about it? Did you come and visit it before you signed, or?
I didn't know too much. All I knew was we get off the plane, we head to the Crown Plaza, and then we go through Penrose to get to the stadium, and that's really all I knew of the place. So in those initial meetings, they let me know what else the country had to offer, and I come in and went to St Heliers and got shown around some other places, which I could see that the country had a lot more to offer than. I'm a guy that loves adventure and a challenge, and so I was like, wow, I'm going to be able to live in a different country and experience all that. So that was the main thing, yeah.
Ivan Cleary, he was still early in his coaching career. I think it was halfway through his first year in charge. What did you like about how he spoke to you and your thoughts on him coaching back then?
I was pretty straight up, He says it how it is. What I liked is he coached to everyone's strengths. It wasn't I'm coaching my way. It's we're going to play to your strengths, and every play we had and the way we played was to everyone's strength, which I think made it work. Doesn't show too much emotion. I've seen him have a blow up once at us, and that's probably about it. He's very cool, very calm.
Do you remember who he was blowing up at and what game that was?
I can't remember, but I know the chair went flying at half time. So.
Now, you said you liked the way the boys were playing. Which players in particular, and what about them excited you? Like, man, that's one guy I wanted to play with.
Well, I'd probably say it's most of the forward pack. They can all get an offload, and that works well for me. Yeah. Manu on the wing, you know, if there's a big line up there and I got nowhere to go, how good is it giving it to the biggest guy on the field? So, yeah, just the whole dynamic of the team really worked for the way I played the game.
Who are the players that you wanted to be around and enjoyed their company?
Oh, Rubes, obviously, one, you know, like, I grew up watching Rubes and now here I am playing with him. He is an inspiration. It's little things that people don't even see. Like, one thing I would always remember, you know, we'd receive the kick and Rubes would run out and be standing out in the centres ready to take a pass, you know. It's just, it's not what he says either, because he doesn't say a lot and he doesn't have to say a lot, you know. Actions speak louder than words. There's a reason why that's a phrase, eh? And Rubes is definitely the epitome of that. And then you got Pricey, who's like the ultimate professional. He does everything right. And I actually remember one day at Glover Park where he missed his alarm and turned up late.
Oh, no, Pricey.
And, you know, the disappointment and how bad he felt that happened, you know, it just goes to show, like, he doesn't make a mistake. He puts in all the extras. He does everything he has to do. And I think being a guy coming through, even someone myself who was already, you know, established, it just makes you see, like, oh, this guy's doing this and he's heading towards the end of his career and he's still getting better and he's able to hold it, and it inspires you. And I think that's what's needed. You need to be inspired by people in the team. You got Ruben and Pricey leading up front that were there, but then they'd step off and you have a guy like Sam Rapira come in who, like, man, he just got better and better. He was unstoppable.
Now, Juju, Simon Mannering, yep. Club legend, 301 games. Now, that was only his third year. Was he special back then?
Well, the thing with Juju is he didn't talk about anything. He just, you know, actioned everything. And nothing was ever a big deal to him. He just got in there and got it done. He was in the centres back then and you never really had to worry about anyone getting around him or anything. So everyone knew that he was going to be special. I feel the squad was just the right squad for the year, not just the team. Like, if there wasn't someone there, the next person that stepped up was going to do the exact same thing.
Now, your debut was against Parramatta, your old club that you just left. Nice playing against your old teammates. Yeah,
it was good to take them on first, and we got the win, and I got a try.
And you scored a try. Memories from that try and also the night?
I actually do remember Gaddis getting out of dummy half and hitting Ravsey, and then I just seen it all open up, which was good. And it was just good getting one over your old mates. You know what it's like. You've been with them for years, and then to swap teams and get one over them feels good.
Did you love getting up against your old teammates? I remember the Souths game. It was a comeback. You were the second to last try before Skinny comes and scores the final try to get the win. Yep. Once again, a club you played for.
To be honest, I lost my cool a little bit there. I think I had some trouble with the referee. We were down, and I remember Pricey pulled me aside when they scored and he said, mate, we need you switched on here if we're going to do something. And then it wouldn't have been more than 5 minutes later, yeah, got an offload and got the try, which was good. I'm not sure how many seconds were left, and I remember the ball was coming to the right. Whitty had it, he looked over and seed Skinny, and Skinny will hate me for this, but when Whitty put that kick in, I felt like he was running like he was trying to get away from Sattler again, and it wasn't going to happen. But he got there and got the try, and yeah, I've never seen Skinny so happy, and it was such a great win. It was just a good win all around.
I can't believe you brought up that Sats thing.
I know.
Skinny will never escape that, man.
I know. Nah, Skin knows I've always got him. Got your Skin. There was also it was a wet, cold night at the Sharks. I remember Ackers was in our ear all week about it, that we had to win that game. It was a sideline kick from Whitty, and it was windy, and Whitty, being the man he is, just swung it in. It's one of those ones that you see and you just think it's gone, it's not going to go through, and it just swung back around, went straight in. That's 2007 season for us. We all come together, eh? It was that was probably the favourite year for me, being at the Warriors.
My favourite's coming. Penrith Panthers. I remember being up in the lounge, hosting the lounge, which was the Legends Lounge back then. Beat about 6 players, mate.
Yeah, that was a great try. Like, that's the one everyone always talks about. I don't know if it's my favourite, but it is what everyone talks about. But the thing that I love about that try is Paddy played. You know, we actually played. It wasn't like just we get the ball and run. And there's so many opportunities I think are missed even these days where people don't play from the back. And yeah, Paddy played, and it just shows what can happen
Broken field play, was that your favourite?
Yeah.
And what did you look for when that occurred?
Just space and opportunity. What I had was speed, so broken field play was good. But just also that offload, follow the boys that can pop that ball and right time, right place. You got to be moving and put yourself there. It's about taking the opportunity, not waiting for it. I probably don't look like I'm that strong, but I was able to make sure that I wasn't tackled too much. I never thought anyone could beat me. I always went in thinking I could beat them.
Okay, so it's not all about attack for a fullback. High balls, diffusing kicks, even just some defensive reads.
High ball, I love the high ball. That was something I really practiced and worked on. I always got told from a young age, like if you're a fullback, you don't let the ball bounce. So it's always attack the ball and always make sure you got it run up. I think that's something these days that a lot of fullbacks and wingers don't do. They just stand there and want to jump instead of getting back and putting themselves in a position to be able to get that leap. If you're in a contest, get your hands above your head rather than waiting for it to come down to your chest.
All right, now, you said that Pricey had a word to you. You do get fired up because you care so much, and you're one of the most competitive people I know. Now, a lot of people come on the show and said that as such, and they remember a game against the Tigers when you got sent off. What happened, man?
I was accused of kneeing Nella in the head, which I did, and I think maybe the refs got a bit too emotional themselves that things weren't working out. So I do play, with my heart on my sleeve and passion. I was fired up and went in the change room, and I knew the camera was on me, so I had to go where I knew the camera couldn't see me because I was still frustrated. Taking it out on someone that can't fight back, that's a bit weak. But yeah, I guess the video says the rest, eh?
Why do you think you were so competitive? Now, I know now at the club this year, you got Andrew McFadden, and being competitive is one of the high listing priorities when they go out there and they search for players. What made you so competitive?
I've just always been competitive as a kid. I just want to win. If you're not wanting to win, you're not giving your best. And then I guess coming through the grades at Parramatta, Brian Smith, he was a big influence on me, and anyone that knows him, he's just, so competitive, and I guess he just rode that on me, and the way I played is the way I trained. Every time that there was anything at training, I'm giving it 100%. I want to win it. We're doing wrestle, and I'm up against Rubes, Rusty, all these big boys. I'm going in thinking I'm going to win, and I'm trying to win.
Wade, a lot of your teammates said that you're the most competitive, but for you, who was the most competitive you played alongside?
I'd have to say the most competitive would be Michael Luck. It's not like he had all the attributes, but he was so tough and so competitive. He's definitely one that played for the boys.
2007, to finish off that season, playoffs. And it was only the second playoff home game in the club's history. And that was against your old club, Parramatta. It
was a hard game to finish, I thought we were there, and yeah, when we lost, it really hurt. But yeah, it was a hard one to take. I really believed that we were going to get over the top of them, and we had our chances, but didn't fall our way. But
then the long, hard trip over to Townsville to play the Cowboys, once again a bit of disappointment. Memories of that game?
Yeah, we gave ourselves opportunity, and I think we never thought we didn't have the ability to beat someone. Being frustrated isn't going to change the result. The only way to change the result is if you learn and take out what I can learn from it, so the next one, hopefully, it doesn't go that same way. It's not something that I was worrying about for the off-season, because I'm thinking these are the opportunities now that we're going to have coming up, rather than, this is what did happen.
The following year, tough year, because, I've done 2 ACLs. You do an ACL in a trial match of all places. How was that pre-season? I'm sure you would have killed it after 2007. And how were you feeling back then?
Yeah, it actually was a real good pre-season. Craig Walker-Walks, who was a trainer, we sat down and we had some goals, and I hit all them goals, which was good. So I was really excited. And then, against Newcastle, did my knee. We didn't think that it actually was the ACL, so I kept training for a week, and we didn't get it checked for about 2 weeks. And that's when we found out there was no ACL. So that put a damper on my spirits. Was just frustrated just because I love to play, I always say to people, I played for free. I got paid to train. I just wanted to get back on the field as quick as I can.
If you have an ACL, it's 9 months minimum, but you played at 5.5 months. I don't even know if that's legal, mate. Was there some pressure on you? What happened? It must have been a good rehab.
Yeah, it was patella tendon, so I knew it was always going to be strong straight away. we thought that it was possible that I could be back for the Broncos game. So that was my goal, was I've got to be there, and I don't like to let myself down or let anyone down. So a few weeks earlier, I had a bad slip on it at training, which frightened me, but I guess it gave me confidence too, because I got up from it and there was no trouble. The game was good, actually. We had a scrum move planned, and it pulled off, and I scored, which was good, so gave a lot of confidence.
Lance O'Hire, he stepped in for you in 2008 at fullback. Another position he can play. How do you think he went?
Killed it. Lani was probably my best friend while I was at the club. We're still in contact today, even though he lives over in the States. I remember he's smashing Petro 7 receiver. He's playing at 5'8", you know, plays fullback. He's killing it. He's just a competitor. You put him anywhere on the field. He was even in the centres in 207 there a bit, and end of 206, and wherever he is, he'll go through and score these tries and throw that pass. You know, he's got it all.
Wado, you came back for round 22 against the Broncos, but you missed the start of the final series. Suspension.
Yeah, suspended. It was for the spitting on the ref allegation.
Yeah.
If I spat on him, I get 12 weeks.
Yeah.
If I didn't, well, I shouldn't get anything. They gave me 3 weeks suspension, so it was like, how does this work?
Yeah, either you did or you didn't, right?
Did or you didn't, and yeah, that's what my lawyer said. He said, well, it's either a woman's pregnant or she's not. She can't be half pregnant. But yeah, I still got the 3 weeks. And to beat Melbourne down there like that would have been great to be out there, but just so happy, that they achieved that.
My relationships with referees weren't always the best, but I reckon you've got me, man.
It wasn't that I had a bad relationship, I just wanted consistency from them. Sometimes I didn't get that, and we didn't see eye to eye, I guess, but there's referees that I really had a great relationship. Gavin Badger was one, never had trouble with him, Bill Harrigan. But some others, Ivan actually once said to me after the Tigers thing, the best referee is a referee that's not seen. And obviously the spitting thing, which didn't happen. I guess it was a love-hate relationship.
Okay, the boys beat the Storm and the Roosters. You missed that, but you're back for the prelim final against Manly. Your memories?
We didn't get the win, but I guess it's good to reach that, but it hurts because, again, we can always go further. It wasn't like that we were just there to make up the numbers. We had a big opportunity to win.
Yeah, one guy who didn't get an opportunity, he played 15 times that year, and geez, he was there when I was there at the club too as a young man with the biggest smile. Sonny Fai. What do you remember of him, and what type of a bloke was he on the field and off the field? Because your eyes light up straight away.
Yeah, they do, because I remember coming in and all I'd heard about is this godlike man that's massive, but he's only a kid. And yeah, when I walked into the gym and seen him, I was like, whoa, this is another Jonah here. His smile, just always laughing, always funny, always wanted to learn. People were talking him up and you say, nah, the coach knows when it's my time. I've still got this to work on and that to work on. But one of the best things I think of all the time and seeing is when we played Canterbury, just Sonny just sprinting past and Sonny Bill laying there on the ground. And for a while there, that big picture was up in the Warriors, and you'd see it all the time. Yes, Sonny Fire, he was special, and he would have done great things.
2009, off a knee, a full pre-season, and then the GOAT comes back. Stacey Jones, a little bit older. Your memories of hearing that he was coming back and you're going to play alongside him, and what do you remember of the GOAT?
Well, it was good, actually. Jonesy and I sat together in the locker room. One thing I do remember playing with Stace is his vision was just always there. It wasn't like things had to be set up. There was a game against Newcastle. I just sort of looked at him and looked down the field, and we knew that fullback was at marker. Didn't even have to say it. Stace put it on the try line. All I had to do is run down there and touch it. He does the best to bring everyone with him, so you never want to let Stace down. And the thing is, everyone listened to what he said. If he said, we'd do it.
2010, just 6 appearances. You had a contract for 2011. Talk me through what was going on then and why only 6 before you move.
Yeah, so played 6 and done my hemi. Was struggling with that. Talks had already started for what was going to be best for the Warriors going forward and what was going to be best for me going forward. For me, it was a good time to leave, and I guess for the club, they had other ways that they were going to go. They had young Kevin Locke coming through. we both mutually decided that I'd go. And yeah, went to the Tigers and loved it there. You know, I'd rather regret something I did than something I didn't do. So yeah, there was no regrets.
Often do you watch the boys, and what does it mean, you know, years on, having worn the jumper at the highest level, you know, just feel like you're still part of things?
Well, geez, every time we're at work and the boys are on, everyone's in the TV room watching. So yeah, I do watch a fair bit of it, and I guess now too, even with the coach Webby, like I grew up playing against Webby, and I played with his brother, so we've known each other a long time. So it's not just the team I want doing well. It's like people say, oh, who's there now when you were there? And I said, to be honest, there's no one really, but I want to see Webby doing well as well. It's not just the team. He's been the understudy to Ivan for years before, so all that success Ivan's had, Webby's been there with him and been able to take on everything that Ivan's, you know, passing down to him. So I think he's got a good future on him.
One of the great Warrior fullbacks, and we've got about 4 fullbacks here currently at the moment now, but Chance Nuku-Kluksta, what do you think of him?
Massive work rate. You know, like that's the thing I think that sets him aside from other fullbacks is he's always there. Sometimes he's taken 2 scoots, you know, a set. He's always there, willing to do it. So yeah, he's doing well.
The way the game has evolved now in that position, do you think you would have been a better fullback today, or you think you played in the right era?
I like the era I played in. I like the shoulder charge. I like that bit more.
Oh yes,
I like
you're
that
talking,
bit,
brother.
Yeah, I like that bit more physicality that was there, and you know, times weren't so precious back then, and that's what I enjoyed.
26 when you come over, you wanted to contribute you did. Sum up your time at the club, man.
The club was awesome, heaps of great friends, good times. A lot of the boys that I've played with, a lot have left Auckland, but we still keep in contact. I felt the club helped me grow as well. I was able to step in, I guess, as a senior role and influence and help some of the younger guys coming through. Yeah, I got no regrets about coming to the Warriors. It was a really good time in my life and in my career. Got to experience this beautiful country, and I'm still here. I thought this was going to be maybe a 5-year stint, and then I'd be off somewhere else. But I've got kids here in New Zealand, so I've made the place home and really enjoyed it. But I am looking forward to getting back to Oz.
Well, once a Warrior, always a Warrior, brother. Thank you for your electric service in the jumper, my man.
Sweet, thanks, Mont.
I'm Monty Betham. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week for another episode of Once a Warrior.
Now McKinnon circling away from them, still going. McKinnon beats 1, beats 2, beats 3. Look at him go. Oh, look out everybody. McKinnon straight through, steps again. Wayne McKinnon scores a magic try. And McKinnon try-saving tackle. That's a wonderful tackle.